do? Well, you wanted to know what would happen if a guy who is a boxing pugilist got into the ring with a guy who is, he's a boxer, but more of an entertainer. And you just found out. Anthony Joshua has knocked out Jake Paul in the 6th round. I got something to say about that, but I'm gonna wait till y'all come in. I'm gonna wait till y'all come in. First and foremost, salute to Jake Paul for getting to the bag the way he been getting to the bag. I mean, as far as a businessman, salute, salute, salute. This man has made more money in one night than 99% of the greats made their entire career. He's, I think Jake has had about 14, 15 fights, 12 fights. He's had 12 fights. He had a 12-1 record. And he made more money. I think they said he made like somewhere in the neighborhood of 80 million tonight, 80 or 90 million. He's made more money in one night. Let that sink in, fam. More money in one night than most of the greats, than 99% of the greats have made their entire career. And I'm not just talking about the greats of the past, I'm also talking about the greats today. On one end, I'm thinking boxing need to do better, do better, right? I'm thinking do better, right? On the other end, I'm thinking, well, it come down to the fans. It's what the fans are willing to pay for, what they want to see. It's kind of like how you have these internet comedians who are not as good as the real comedians, the ones who do this for real, and that's all they do, and they've been honing their skills. It took them, 2 years to get a solid 5-minute stand-up, a stand-up routine. It took them 10 years before they really understood how to control a crowd, how to deliver the punchline correctly, how to control the crowd, And you have these guys who hopping on the internet with a few jokes, doing some pranks and, doing reaction videos and stuff, and they're making more money than guys who really are really good at comedy. I mean, these guys are real stand-up comedians, like been in the trenches. But again, it's the fans. And the fans are going to pay for what they want to see. What they want, that's what they're going to pay for. So it's wild to see somebody like pretty much a YouTuber, a streamer, be able to get into the ring, and especially something as serious as boxing, be able to get inside of the ring with great fighters and be able to just stand next to great fighters like that and get money like that, it's crazy. But from a business perspective, go get the money, I can't blame them, If I had the foresight to do the same thing, if I was in his position and I could, you know, set up fights like that, I can go in and get 90 million and not really get touched. I'm probably gonna go get that 90 million, man. That's easy money. Damn pride. I'm gonna get that 90 million. But one thing, now this is where I would mess up at though. I would mess up on taking a dive. I ain't taking no dive. I'm not taking a dive, and I'm not gonna ruin my legacy. So if I got a legacy where, you know, I have been great and I bring it every time, I'm gonna bring it. So he'd have to just agree to get me to fight me, and we can work the money out, but I'm gonna fight my fight because I gotta let the people know I'm the real deal, and I cannot have any footage of me out there like that. You know, out there playing with the game like that. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that to the fans. I couldn't do that to my own legacy. So yeah, I'm gonna shut this live down early, fam, because it's a bunch of racket in the background that I can't control. So, do a quick little few shout outs real quick. What's up, Jerome? What up? If you're just joining, fam, Jake Paul has just been knocked out by Anthony Joshua. You know, look, he tried. You know, he was on his bicycle from the beginning. As soon as the bell rung, Jake Paul was pretty much on his bicycle. You know, he was trying to move around, trying to make sure he didn't get knocked out. He was circling. So he spent a lot of time on his bicycle, and that's why he was so exhausted. He fell down probably at least 6 or 7 times during the fight. He just fell down from exhaustion. And you know, if somebody make contact with you and you fall, even if they barely touch you, if that glove touch you and you fall, that's a knockdown. So, yeah, he was on his bicycle. That boy was moving. He had them track shoes on. But hell, Jake knows he's not on those guys' level. He know he wasn't on that dude's level, so he played the game. He played the game. He did what he had to do to get the check. And so we can't judge Jake Paul on the same level we can judge a Joshua, Anthony Joshua, or any of those guys who do boxing for real full time. You know, can't judge him on that level. But as a businessman, shit, boy, he can teach some master classes. As a promoter, he knows how to promote. He's damn good at promoting. He's damn good. He's a damn good promoter. Damn good businessman. Can't take that away from him. And I ain't gonna lie, fam. I thought it was rigged. I thought that it was rigged for Jake Paul to lose the fight. And the way that Josh was fighting, it looked like he was holding back. But then all of a sudden in that 5th round, he started turning up. He started swinging. You know, he started throwing those hammers. And in the 6th round, he really started getting off. And Jake Paul, he couldn't defend himself. and he was too exhausted to get out of the way. So it was just a matter of time. It was a matter of time. Jake Paul ain't tripping though. There's estimates that he could make up to over $100 million on this one fight. So he ain't really tripping. He ain't tripping on all that. You know, but I ain't gonna lie, fam. I don't gamble. But if I was gambling, I probably would have bet on Jake Paul because I would have bet on Jake Paul because I would have thought it was rigged for him to win. Because Jake Paul is the cash cow. Like, the reason why people are watching this fight is because of Jake Paul. That's what 100 million come in at. That's what his 200 million come in at, Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua gave it the legitimacy. He gave the fight the legitimacy. But like Michael Moore, yeah, he gave the fight the legitimacy, but it was Jake Paul, that's the draw. So I didn't think that they would allow Jake Paul to lose the fight because, you know, now you're messing with the bag. You're messing with the bag. But Jake Paul will be able to bounce back. He's so good at it. He'll be able to bounce back and people want to see him fight again. They're going to want to see him fight again. So he's going to bounce back. It ain't going to take much. He's going to go back in the lab. He's going to sit back and strategize and think about, okay, who else can I make another 100 million with? Who can I pick? Who can I fight? Well, I think I stand at least a half-ass chance, or maybe somebody I can actually beat. Who can I drag into that ring for 100 million? You better believe that's what Jake Paul thinking. Jake Paul probably already had his mind made up before he went into the ring who he was gonna fight next, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, so there it is, fam. You know, I ain't gonna hold y'all too much longer. The fight is over. All of the guessing is over. No more anticipation. It's a wrap. Another fight night has concluded with Jake Paul being knocked out by Anthony Joshua in the sixth round. Y'all enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.